It's 5:45 p.m., which means it's time for BC TV's Nightly News Roundup. I'm tonight's host, Roland Boyden, and this is 5:45 Live. I'm sitting alongside Joe Bushy tonight, first time here in the studio, so we'll be fumbling our way through this one. Joe, what do we got on deck for tonight here?
Well, tonight we got plenty more Wall Street coverage. We've got the BUHS homecoming, we got TD Bank robbers, and we've got more live on 5:45 Live.
That's a beautiful place to be.
My brother's right here. My brother's
You
right
gotta
here.
love him, man.
What are you looking for, maple syrup?
He's bringing Nick next time. I put my reservation.
Welcome back to 5:45 Live. That's a sneak peek of the next edition of the Pulse of Brattleboro, shot yesterday in the streets of New York when Joe and his partner in crime, Daryl Pillsbury, wandered the Occupy Wall Street movement, gathering footage for what promises to be a potent episode. We'll get plenty more footage from their visit tonight, including John Stossel, so close you can see his pores. But first, we'll do the headlines, and for that, Joe, I'll turn it over to you.
Hey, thank you, Roland. Massachusetts resident Shane Fleming Pancioni has been charged with 1 count of grand larceny and 1 count of assault and robbery in the August robbery of Brattleboro's Main Street branch of TD Bank. Detectives from the East Hampton Police Department in Massachusetts uncovered Fleming Pancioni's as the man behind the robbery during an unrelated counterfeiting investigation. A confidential informant identified Fleming Pancioni from a photo taken at TD Bank's security camera on the morning of the robbery.
And Joe, as you may recall, we were actually there for this. We were hustling hot on the chase.
First to see it from Brattleboro Live on 5:45.
Yeah. Well, what I want to do is take a little rewind, 5:45 Live rewind in time, as I like to call it. Let's take a look. This is 5:45 Live's Roland Boyden reporting for BC TV. Earlier this morning, a suspect entered this bank and robbed it. They were not apprehended, though Brattleboro police did respond to the scene. We'll be showing you a photo of the suspect in just a moment. If you have any information, you can call the Brattleboro Police Department. All right, and before we take you back to Wall Street, I'll send it back to you, Joe, for more of the headlines, and we'll take a look at what's going on with Dunkin' Donuts here.
Okay, Roland. The Brattleboro Reformer reported this morning that Brattleboro resident Philip J. Gamble is facing up to 2 years in prison for allegedly assaulting 2 employees at the Dunkin' Donuts franchise on Putney Road here in Brattleboro. According to the article, Gamble punched employee Kirby Russo in the face after making, quote, incoherent statements about his mother taking all his money. During the ensuing struggle, a second Dunkin' Donuts employee, Megan Stevens, who was attempting to intervene, was struck by Gamble as well. Russo was able to pin Gamble to the ground until police arrived. More details can be found in the Reformer's article at BrattleboroReformer.com.
Great. All right, and with that, it's time to jump back into all the Wall Street mania. Let's take a look at some of the footage. And Joe, I'll let you talk about this one in a second, because obviously you were there. But first, I want to start it off with the video.
All right, here we are. It's the end of the day for us. We've been here at the Occupy Wall Street. It has been a hell of an experience, I got to tell you. If you can get down here, you should come down, show your support. It's friendly. Everybody's pretty loving and outgoing. I mean, I've really enjoyed myself. I think Joe has too. People are willing to talk. Everybody's here for kind of the same reason, but different reasons. And it's been a really good experience. And I'm glad that me and Joe can bring this to you folks at Brattleboro and anybody else who may be watching the Pulse.
Watch the Pulse of Brattleboro on BC TV.
There you go. Among the noteworthy attendees yesterday was Fox News journalist and libertarian author John Stossel, who showed up camera crew in tow, only to receive, I would say, Joe, what we could call a less than warm welcome, maybe.
Yeah, I would describe it as that.
Capitalism is bad?
Yeah, capitalism is bad, and I think we have to actively embrace socialism.
How did you get your sign in your hat if not from capitalism?
So, Joe, you were there. Tell us just a little bit about, the varying reports on the energy that's going on down there. But we got about maybe a minute, 45 seconds to stick in. I just want your thoughts on what it was like down there.
That right there, when John Stossel arrived, was probably one of the most tense moments of the whole time we were there. And we were there for a good 5 or 6 hours, I would say. And we really we really got to see all aspects of what was going on down there. There was really a broad cross-section of people, from literally young children and families to older, retired World War II veterans there. And it really was an interesting slice of the complete demographic spectrum. I mean, there was everybody represented there. There really was.
Great. All right, and we'll just try and keep it moving here, which means we're back to me. Moving on, last week people turned out in full support to support Kern Hatton's Homes. They had a wine tasting and golf tee-off. BCTV Access Coordinator Frederick Noyes was there to sample the goods. He spoke with Kern Hatton's Connie Sanderson about the event. We've got another clip for you.
My name is Connie Sanderson, and I am the Director of Development at Kern Hatton Homes in Westminster, Vermont. This is a taste of hope, and it's a wine tasting benefit to help raise funds for the children who live at Kern Hatton. We're thrilled with the turnout here tonight. Kern Hatton is 117 years old, and we take care of children 365 days a year who are at risk or in need. They might be homeless, they might come from families of poverty, and they're young, 6 through 50.
All right. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and say it's time for us to do our calendar. A little dart throwing. All right. I'm going to start the calendar off today with tonight's Brattleboro Planning Commission meeting, which is being held on the second floor of this here 230 Main Street Municipal Center. That starts promptly at 6 p.m. as this one's going out live 2 clicks up the dial. And BCTV Channel 10, 545 Live videographer Catherine Turnus is standing by downstairs with the Planning Department's Sue Fillion for a live update on the meeting. Let's see if we can cue her in here. Go for it.
As well as beginning discussions of the future land use categories. Those are 2 important chapters with the town plan. We'll also be discussing the schedule for completing the town plan and have a brief discussion about the AARP Livable Communities grant that will be workshop that will be held on November 1st.
Great, thanks to Sue Fillion down in the Select Board meeting room, where in just a matter of moments, if we hustle, Joe, we can get you down there in time, because you got to do that as well.
I'm in that one at 6.
So we'll try and hustle through the rest of this show by getting through the rest of the calendar here. Let's take a look. I'll turn it back over to you, Joe, for this bulletin here.
Well, tonight at 7, Roland, the Brooks Memorial Library is showing the film To Kill a Mockingbird as part of their reading discussion series. More about that and the library's bevy of events at brooks.lib.vt.us.
They don't make that one easy.
No.
brooks.lib.vt.us. And moving on, tomorrow night at the Brattleboro Museum and Art Center at 6:30 p.m., the Brattleboro the museum there is hosting the next Independent Lens Advanced Screening, which is part of their partnership with Vermont Public Television and BCTV to show cutting-edge documentary films prior to their debut on the VPT program of this same title. Tomorrow's film is entitled Def Jam, and it follows a hearing-disabled teen's bold entry into the world of slam poetry. And if you want to get a feel for BMAC's Indie Lens vibe, then here's a sample of last year's screening, which was followed by a night of origami and paper design, which was open to the public.
My name is Thomas Hull. I'm a mathematician, but I'm also an origami artist.
5 minutes.
Real time. So what? At about 2 minutes left, you just cue me out.
Yeah.
And I'll run over there if you want and recenter the camera on you.
Yeah,
The director of the film, Vanessa Gould, heard about their connections between origami and mathematics and quickly realized that this was worth a full feature-length film.
Unsurprisingly, people here from our community had just fantastic questions. All around, just a really fun event.
All right. Now, that's just a mere sprinkling of the events that's going on around town. So if you want to get more information, you can do what I do when I'm compiling this show and go to ibrattleboro.com, where their calendar is updated by individuals and organizations around the community. Really the most up-to-date information. And of course, if we missed your event here in 545 Live, or you want more information than just us yarming away into the teleprompters here, then email me, roland@brattleboro.tv.org, ROLAND @brattleboro.tv.org. And not only can we get your event read here, but we can also put you or someone from your organization on camera to put a face to your event. And with that, I'm trying to move quickly here. As you can tell, Joe, we got to get to that board meeting. And with that, it's time for our BCTV Schedule Quick Glance. The Quick Glance is my daily opportunity to shamelessly plug what's coming up on BCTV on both our Comcast cable channels 8 and 10. Now, not a lot of Quick Glance time here, so I'll just point people in the direction of our website, brattleboro.tv.org, where those schedules are updated to the minute for this here, Channel 10, our public channel, and also 2 spots up the dial at our government and education channel, sister channel, Channel 10. We get all the information there. There's plenty going on, including some rebroadcasts tomorrow of the last month's Brattleboro Planning Commission, Development Review Board, the most recent BUHS Board, and Brattleboro Select Board. Those meetings are all scheduled for tomorrow. But in particular, I'm interested in tonight at 9:30 p.m. The BUHS homecoming football game, which was quite a good game, is playing again 9:30 p.m. That's on Channel 10, 2 spots up the dial. We've got a Quick Glance clip for you.
Here's the kick. This is a high driving kick. The best one we've seen this season. Dropped by Boston, now at the 5. Now he's oh, here we go. There's the snap. And under pressure, stepping up. That's it. Now fire.
So I can get that stuff back.
All right, Joe, I got to let you go because you got to head downstairs. We're in 2 minutes. You're live on the Brattleboro Planning Commission. Yeah, that's right. And that's actually going to be live through this whole thing, but it's 2 clicks up the dial there, as we mentioned, on Channel 10. So, you know, get your remote out, switch up to there, and you get to see plenty more of Joe. Joe, thanks.
Right on,
debut spot here as a 545 Live co-host.
Great. It was fun. I hope we can do it again.
Absolutely.
See you soon.
All right. And I'll just wrap up here again mentioning not a lot of Quick Glance time tonight, so head to brattleboro.tv.org, and those schedules are updated to the minute, so you can you know, get all the information that you need there. All right, that's a full lit, everybody. Thanks for checking in with Joe and myself. But before you switch back to Mad Money, remember, we'll be back Friday. We'll do all the usual fixings, BCTV schedule, Quick Glance calendar coverage, plenty of headlines and more for BCTV. Joe Bushy, 545 Live, and all of you out there, I'm Roland Boyden saying good night, everybody.